Hey guys, welcome to EduTab. I hope each of you is happy, healthy, and fine and taking very good care of yourself. I'm your mentor Veer, and I welcome you all in lecture 39 on government schemes. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. Guys, if you are new here, I would like to give you a small orientation regarding the government scheme. And in this orientation, guys, we will cover up the three important questions that comes in the mind of every RBI as well as NABARD aspirants. So what is the first question? First question is why we are covering the government scheme for the RBI as well as NABARD exam. So guys, if you have analyzed the previous year paper of RBI, in the phase 2, questions were of 15 to 20 were asked in the phase 2 of RBI and even higher in the NABARD, that is 25 to 30 marks in case of NABARD were asked in the phase 2 of our exam. And guys, this is an average number that have been asked. The number can go even on the higher side because in the 2019 paper of RBI phase 2, questions worth of almost 26 marks were asked directly from the government scheme. So now you can relate that how much they are important for the phase 2 of our exam. Moreover guys, schemes also form part of our phase 1 of our exam. So we cannot ignore that the questions can be asked from the phase 1 in the phase 1 as well as phase 2 of our RBI as well as NABARD exam. So guys, if you have understood why the coverage of the government scheme is important for our exams, we need to focus on the second question, that what are the government schemes that we need to cover up. So guys, all the schemes that are in news for the past 1 year before the examination along with the newly launched schemes are important and we need to cover both of these. So first is older schemes that are in news for the past 1 year along with all the schemes that have been launched in the past 1 year. So these are the two types of schemes that we need to cover up for our exam. So guys, I hope this will address the two important questions in your mind, that is first why we are covering the government scheme and then what are the schemes that we need to cover up. If you have understood this, then the third question becomes quite easy to answer. And this question covers how we need to cover up the government scheme. So guys, for your benefit, we have came up with certain dimensions that you need to cover up regarding the requirements of exam. So guys, these are the dimensions that we need to focus upon. So let us see what are these dimensions. First is guys, the nodal ministry. The scheme has been launched by this particular ministry. These are kind of questions or these kind of dimensions that we need to cover up. Then aims and objective of any of the particular scheme, that what is the purpose behind launching of the scheme. Then is there is any specific target, like under the Ujjwala scheme we need to provide 8 crore LPG connections. So these are the specific targets. Then who are the beneficiaries, like in the Ujjwala scheme there are women are the real beneficiaries. Then key features are basically the most important highlight of any of scheme. So these we need to cover up. Then associated umbrella or sub schemes, if a scheme has further sub components, for example this Ayushman Bharat has two components, health and wellness centers, and then the other component is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Then what is the allocation? Guys, this is very important for the phase 1 of our exam. Every now and then question has been asked that what is the budgetary allocation of this or that particular scheme. Then is there any initiative regarding the any of the scheme, then latest data related with any of the scheme and other current affairs regarding any of the scheme. So guys, these are the dimensions that you need to focus upon while covering up any of the government scheme. I hope guys this will give you a complete idea regarding why, what and how of coverage of government scheme for the RBI as well as NABARD exam. So guys, if you have understood this, then we will start our today's video, and in today's video we will cover up the scheme which is Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Guys, this is another very important scheme that has been launched recently. So this is another newly launched scheme important for our RBI as well as NABARD exam. So guys, again we will focus on the dimensions and accordingly we will cover up this particular scheme. So guys, first dimension is the launching year. Newly launched scheme. It was launched during the COVID time. So newly launched scheme launched in the year of 2020. Then nodal ministry, one of the dimension. The nodal ministry involved is Ministry of Finance. So guys, two dimensions we have covered up. Now moving on to the third dimension, which is most important from our exam point of view, and it is objective. What is the objective behind launching of this particular scheme? Direct question has been asked in the previous year, like what is the objective of this particular scheme or that. So the objective of this scheme is to boost employment in the formal sector and incentivize creation of new employment opportunities. So basically this scheme, as the name suggests, Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. So Atmanirbhar, because this was launched under the Atmanirbhar package, and Rozgar. So this scheme has something to do. If you can't analyze the scheme in entirety at the moment, just focus on the name of any of the scheme and it will give you a rough idea that what this scheme or that scheme is all about. So first is Rozgar. So this scheme has something to do with the employment within India. And Atmanirbhar, so we can relate that it has something to do with the COVID times, because most of the Atmanirbhar packages were come during that time. So that is how you can relate any of the scheme with what is the purpose behind that scheme. So guys, this is the objective, to boost the employment and as well as incentivizing the new employment opportunities. How, what, why? Let's come to that. So guys, coming to the key features of the scheme. Key feature is first, who are the target beneficiary. So guys, if you recall the dimensions, there was mentioned the target as well as beneficiaries. So the target and beneficiaries under this is any new employee joining employment in the EPFO registered establishment on monthly wages of less than 15,000. So any of the person who is joining any of the company that has been registered under EPFO. EPFO is basically an Employment Provident Fund organization, and if an organization has been registered with that, so any person joining that organization but below a salary of 15,000. So it is an important fact, one of the key feature. Remember the fact I mentioned, the most important facts of any of the scheme are its key feature. So first is any new employee or the person who has left its job during the COVID time, that is from 1st March to 30th September. So any of the person who has lost his job is also eligible under the scheme, but again his wage must be less than 15,000. So who are the target beneficiaries? Basically the person who are joining any of the organization registered under EPFO at a salary of below 15,000. Okay, either he is joining for the first time or he has lost during the COVID times. So these are the targeted beneficiaries. Now coming to the second feature, which is the time period. So the scheme will remain operational from 1st October 2020 till 30th June 2021. So guys, until the next update came, we need to refer this point again from the current affairs. For example, in the month of Feb or by the end of Feb or in the first week of March, they came up that this scheme will be extended again. So a question can be asked on that particular aspect. So this kind of facts we need to refer from the current affairs again and again. So that is about the time period that the scheme will remain operational from 1st October till the time the next code notification came, or we will refer it only 30th June 2021. Then the eligibility criteria for the establishments. So we were talking about the establishments. So what is the eligibility criteria for the establishments? So guys, establishment registered with EPFO. First condition is this establishment or the company has to be registered with EPFO. So if a company has been registered with EPFO and has employees less than 50, so if they are recruiting some new members, so a company that is having employee less than 50 and it is recruiting some new members, so for that he has to recruit at least two new employees in order to get the benefit of this Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. And for the companies that employs more than 50, they need to recruit how many? At least 5 employees in order to get the benefit of this scheme. What are the benefits? We haven't discussed till now. We are just taking up the important key features. First was, who are the target beneficiaries? A person who is joining for less than 15,000 wage, or he has lost the job during the COVID times. That was the key feature. Then the next feature is the tenure of this scheme. This will remain operational from this to this period. Then we are talking about the eligible institutions or the companies. So there are two types of company registered at the EPF. One employing less than 50 members. So for that, they need to bring in at least 2 new employees. And for the companies that are having more than 50 employees, they need to recruit at least 5 new employees in order to get the benefits of this scheme. So what are the benefits? Let's come to that. So guys, if the company is recruiting 2 members or the 5 members as per their condition, they will get a benefit or subsidy by the central government in order to their contribution to the EPFO. What are the benefits? So guys, establishments employing up to 1000 employees, so their contribution of 20% to the EPFO. Guys, generally when you are in the formal sector, so there are two types of components that you need to contribute for the social security aspect. One is employee and other is employer's contribution. 12% from this and 12% from this. This will go to the EPFO, making it 24%. Okay, what the government is doing, that I will provide this entire 24% if you are an organization that is employing over 1000 people. Okay, so I will provide you the entire 24% of this contribution. Then if the establishment, under 1000, and for the establishments with more than 1000 employees, only half of this contribution will be provided by the central government. EPFO will have an account which is registered through Aadhaar, and a UAN, universal account number, will be issued in respect to this Aadhaar number. So government will directly make this contribution directly into this account. Okay, you do not have to worry. Contribution will be directly made by the central government directly into the account of this individual number. Okay, so central government is providing entire contribution towards the EPFO for the companies that are employing less than 1000 people, and for those companies that are employing more than 1000, it is contributing half of that, that is 12%. So this is just basically a small motivation for the companies to recruit new members, but there were certain conditions that his salary should be less than 15,000. Okay, so this is one of the condition to be part or to be eligible under this scheme. So guys, I hope now you understood what this Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana and how we are incentivizing the job creation under this scheme. This scheme is financed by the central ministry, which is Ministry of Finance. It is 100% centrally sponsored. Yeah, we skipped that point. So then what are the target beneficiaries? Any individual who is joining for a wage of less than 15,000, or he has lost his job during that period, but during that period also his salary must be less than 15,000. Okay, or even higher, but he has to join at a wage of less than 15,000. Okay, that is the baseline. Then who are the eligible institutions or eligible companies? For less than 50, they need to recruit 2. Then these are the conditions that we have discussed. Then we have discussed about the benefits that are being provided by the government. So when you are working in a formal organization, you have to contribute 12% from your salary, and your employer will also contribute 12% towards your 12% of your wage towards the EPFO. Okay. Now for the companies that are employing over less than 1000 employees, so 24%, that is the entire contribution towards the EPFO, will be provided by the central government. And for the more than 1000 employees, half of this contribution will be provided by the central government. How? I mentioned about the Aadhaar as well as UAN. So guys, these are the final details of this Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana in entirety. So that is all about the scheme. Let's now discuss this scheme again through some MCQs. So guys, again the scheme launch year is 2020. So guys, there are very rare chance that they can ask a question on the launch year, so do not worry. But yeah, in the phase one, they can ask a question. And moreover, guys, through this launch year, we get an idea that which of the following is a newly launched scheme. Okay, that will give you an idea that which new schemes we need to cover up, because every now and then a scheme came up in the news. Okay, so this either will come in the phase one, very rare chance that they will ask in the phase two, because this type of question can come in your mind, sir, do we need to prepare the launching year? If not the exact year, you need to have an idea that yeah, this is a newly launched, this is an older scheme, and how old. Even yes, sometimes they can ask in the phase one, so keep it like that only. You are better put your efforts towards other dimensions more, I would like to say that. Okay, then coming to the nodal ministry. Yeah, nodal ministry, a question on the nodal ministry as well as the implementing agency can be asked in the phase one as well as phase two. So we need to refer it accordingly. So the nodal ministry is again the Ministry of Finance. Then the full form, very important question for the phase one as well as phase two. Even they can ask it, this type of question in the phase two. So the full form of this ABRY is Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Okay. Again, guys, I would like to add up that the name of the scheme gives you an idea about the scheme. If in the exam any scheme comes in with that is confusing you, so for a minute give or spend some time over the name like this, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So Atmanirbhar Bharat means that it has to do something with the packages that have been given during the time of COVID. Then Rozgar means this scheme has something to do with the employment. Okay, so that will give you an idea, and maybe through that you can attempt some key features or objective. And this you will do only when you want to take the 50-50 chance. Okay, so that is about the full form. Then coming to the next question, which is the salary of beneficiary must be. We have discussed this, that the beneficiary need to have a salary of less than 15,000 at the time of joining. Then government subsidy, we have talked about the two components. One is 24%. Oh, sorry. Another is 12%. So these are the two components depending upon the number of employees in a company. Then the scheme will remain operational for a period of from 1st October 2020 till 30th June, or if there is a update in the coming future, we will refer to that. Okay, so this is about the scheme in entirety. I hope now you have understood Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Guys, in the past few videos, if you analyze, we have tried to cover all the newly launched schemes or the most important schemes from the previous year, like the Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program, the Manrega scheme, Udan scheme, because these were highly in news. Jal Jeevan Mission, if you observe the current affairs of October, November, December, a lot of news was directly from the Jal Jeevan Mission. So guys, what we have done, we have discussed some important older news as well as newly launched schemes. But guys, now there is your homework question. Homework question is, guys, today there is no homework question, but yeah, there was a similar scheme like this which was launched in the year of 2016, I think. You just have to note down the name of that particular scheme, because somewhere a link can be created, so we need to read that scheme as well. So just name the just mention the name of the scheme or similar scheme which was launched in the previous year for creating or promoting the employment within the country. Now guys, rather than your appreciating comments, so I know that you are appreciating our efforts a lot, I would like to take up your doubts directly in this class. So one of the doubt was by Srujan Akela, that kindly tell us whether we should revise union budget or economic survey published in 2020 or the latest one. So guys, what was happening every year in the previous time, that RBI was recruiting every year, but due to the COVID situation there was a delay. But for now, what I will suggest, that if you are facing constraint of time, you do not have the time to read out the previous year budget, please refer 2020 budget as well as economic survey. Moreover guys, we will come out with a session on this very soon. Okay, so do not worry how to cover the budgets. We will take up a session very soon. Do not worry, we will take it up. Okay, so this was an important doubt. But now guys, you have to put the panic button on, because the notification is out from the 28th Jan you can fill the forms. So now what you have to do, you have to work hard along with smart study. You have to put the efforts in the right direction if you want to crack the exam. If there is any doubt, you can raise it in the comment section. I will try to take it up. Okay, so guys, that's all from my side. I hope this video will help you. Moreover guys, in the first week of Feb, or from the first week of Feb, we will try to take up or incorporate your feedbacks that sir, please come up with daily videos on these schemes. So no worries, we will try to take up, or we will come up with your incorporated feedbacks. More schemes will be covered up through some fast mode or some smart work. Okay, so that's all from my side guys. I hope you have liked the video. If you like the video, do give a thumbs up, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with your friends. I'm your mentor Veer, now signing off.